Hey, it's Anthony Iannarino, and I am here holding Sales in a Crisis by my good friend Jeb Blount, and he churns these books out. And I will just give you a quick story on this. At one point in time, he called me and he said, I think we're going to go into a recession in 2022. And I want to make sure that we can help salespeople with what they're going to need to do if we end up in this kind of a crisis. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. Jeb sat down with an outline and he wrote this book in weeks. I mean, literally weeks, to make sure that it would be available now as we got into this recession. So I thought the recession would come a little bit later, maybe it would. But the book was finished and Jeb did a masterful job like he always does. But I want to just talk to you about a couple things. So a few things here that are worth talking about. I'm just going to zip over to this page that I want to go to, because I really want you to read the 2 chapters that I want you to read before you read the book. So if I can convince you to buy the book, which I will, it's a great book. You want this book, and you definitely want to start studying it right now. It's important to do that. Chapter 43, these chapters are short. They're very packed with information, and it's a very fast and actionable read. This chapter is called Disrupt Decision Deferment. And what Jeb says here is that this doesn't mean you won't get resistance and objections. You will. Asking for the sale will trigger buying commitment objections. Most crisis-based objections, though, will be benign decision deferment objections. In this chapter, you are going to get a strategy of 6 or 7 points that allow you to help your client make the decision that they need to make to get the better results that they're going to need, whether we have a recession or not. But if we do have a recession, this is exactly what you need to be able to do to help your clients. So this is chapter 43. It starts on 167. I want you to go directly there and read that after you buy this book. It's the most important thing for you to read right now. The second thing, chapter 52, starts on page 211. So when you get the book, 167, then 211. And then after that, you can read it in the regular order that the book comes. But I want you to do this first. Be indispensable. That's the most important thing for you. And Jeb says, the good news for you and sales professionals everywhere is that most organizations and their leaders are smart. They understand that in volatile times like this, they need productive salespeople more than ever. Businesses cannot survive without a steady stream of new sales and loyal customers. So there are a number of things here that Jeb is going to warn you against. If you're going to get fired in a downturn, it's because you fail to prospect, you have low activity and low productivity, you lose customers, you deliver mediocre performance, you use poor time management and organization, you waste resources, you coast along, you engage in quiet quitting, you make excuses, surprise the boss with bad news, complain, and be difficult to work with. So some people in sales are going to lose their job because they're not productive. Jeb is going to tell you exactly how to avoid any kind of problems that you're going to have in the recession. So go to Amazon.com, do 2 things for me when you get there. Buy the book, and then do me the favor of going out and reviewing the book. So you don't have to write a long review. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of time on it. But once you do some of the reading in here and you understand the value of the book, just give it 5 stars. It's very important for Amazon to see those things. And then put a few notes there for somebody else. So if they come along and look at this, if you say, listen, do what Anthony just told me to do, go to 167, 211, you need to read these right now. Or if you have something else that you like in there that you think is more valuable, point people to that and let them know that they can get help right now before we ever get into a deep recession. So do good work, buy the book, and I'll see you soon.